Wada was a densely populated, prosperous kingdom located on the slave coast of West Africa in what is now Benin. It rose to prominence as an exporter of slaves in the late 17th century and flourished for about 60 years before falling to the inland kingdom of Dahomey. In 1727, before the 17th century, the Aja people, who populated the region of Oueda and that of its inland predecessors, the kingdom of Alada, had not developed a commercial or maritime tradition and supported themselves with lagoon fishing, agriculture, and hunting. Now, look closely at these people, the Aladas. Who do they resemble? Here, Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 through 18. It's God talking to Abram, and he says, "And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full." So this is the Lord prophesizing to Abram that he will have, his descendants will be slaves in bondage for 400 years in the latter days. Let's continue. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 63 through 68. "And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked off the land whither thou goest to possess. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, Would God it were even. And in the evening thou shalt say, Would God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart whether thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way I spoke unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Now, verse 68, that's the kicker right there. Because this is telling you, this is God prophesying to them, I'm going to do you good. The blessings, these are the blessings y'all going to flow in. But if y'all disobey me, these are the curses that's going to fall upon y'all. Now, this is the children of Israel. This is in Deuteronomy. This is after Exodus. So they already was in bondage in Egypt, and Moses then got them out already. So this is the Lord prophesizing, I'm going to bring you back again to Egypt in ships. They didn't go into ships. They didn't go into Egypt in ships when they went in bondage the first time. They walked. So how did they get to Egypt in ships again? Now, if you look at America, you see America is laid out just like Egypt. Now let's continue. Joel chapter 3. "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, and what do you have to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians, that ye may remove them far from their border. For behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head." Now you see, God is coming back for these people who was scattered, who was lost. Who are these people? His heritage, his bloodline, Israel. And he specifically keep bringing up Judah. Why Judah? Because they were scattered the furthest across the four corners of the earth. Now let's continue. We need to find out who is Judah. Psalms chapter 83. This is about the conspiracy. These nations consulted together against the Most High chosen ones, his hidden ones. Listen. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab. Now you see here, these nations, they consulted to cut these people off from remembering who they are. Who they are. This was the great conspiracy. Still today, these people don't know who they are. Who are these people? Who is God chosen? I must remind y'all on who we are. We are the Negroes. Since we have a short memory span, we forgot who we are. They done changed us from Negroes, niggers, and this and that to African Americans, Afro Americans, all these names. We're not African. We are not from America. Who are we? Who are the Negroes? Because the Zondervan Compact Dictionary specifically said that Ham is the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. So somebody knew that we was not the Egyptians, the Africans, and all them. They knew we didn't come from Ham. So who are the Negroes? And why is it that on the map of Negro land, you seen that it was a slave coast? And where the slave coast was the tribe or the kingdom of Judah. Still there today, Oeda, that's French for Judah, Wida, Widda, whatever name they want to say. Judah. Now we done seen in the Bible who Judah is. Is it any coincidence that we parallel these people? Come on, y'all. Let's wake up. Now I want y'all to pay close attention to this chart of the sons of Jacob, the tribes of Israel. From Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and that's where we get the 12 tribes from. So it show y'all the breakdown on who Jacob had kids with. The kids are the 12 tribes, and you see who descend from them. Now, if you look right there, you see Jacob, go to Leah. Leah, that's where you get Judah, the fourth son. And now from Judah, you see it go to King David, King Solomon, kings of Judah. And from there, you get Jesus. Now, you see the importance? You see why they don't want you to know who is Judah? Why Judah's so important? You see the lineage we share? I'm not letting them get away with it. Let me show y'all what Jesus said about them. Now, when I say they, I mean those fake Jews. Now, here it is, Jesus busting them out. He explained it to his people. He's saying, I see what y'all going through. He said, I know y'all tribulation, y'all poverty, but he reminded them how rich they are. And he said he know the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So who is these people he was talking about? And this wasn't the only time that he mentioned them. He mentioned them twice. So we go to Revelations 3:9. He said, Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. He exposed them. Now, if y'all want further proof, I will even show y'all how Jesus exposed these people when he came, and the reason why Jesus was really killed for exposing them.